Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Podcastville, episode number 2. I'm your host for today, Mario Rico. Joined here today again by my co-hosts, Mr. Nicholas Boyle and Mr. Khalil Farah. How are you guys doing today?
Doing great.
I'm doing well. Wait until I tell you what I did this weekend.
Okay, whoa. I'm excited to hear about this.
It's actually fascinating. I watched Suits. Have you guys ever seen the show?
So wait, that's what you paused the intro to tell us that you watched Suits.
I think it's the most important thing we can talk about today.
Okay, well, go ahead. What is it?
So it's Suits. It's about a lawyer who's not really a lawyer, who's like some savant, and he can do whatever he wants, and he's practicing law illegally.
Right.
In New York City.
Riveting.
Filmed in Canada.
Filmed in Toronto.
Right. So you've never seen it?
I've never seen it.
You've never seen Suits as an attorney?
I get enough law in my regular day.
Have you worn a suit before?
I've worn a few.
This is the difference between what we actually do and what happens on Suits. So if there's a big case,
Yeah.
like watch, hand me this book and say, I found something for you.
I found something for you.
What
I'm
is
excited.
it? Wow. This will win us our case. Thank you.
It's so accurate, though.
That's exactly how it works for me, usually.
Just turn right to the right page.
People ask, like, is that what it's like? Is that what law is like? It's like, no, you don't get one piece of paper that gives you everything you need to know.
Right, just wins the case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was your weekend.
Well, basically, I mean, with a 2-year-old, I mean, there's not much to do, but...
Okay, we get it. You got a family. You don't have to brag.
Right, I'm sorry.
God, can you believe this guy, Cole? God. Well, that's fun. I had a fun weekend, actually. And Khalil had a fun weekend, too, because I saw him. We got together and we watched, we binge-watched a show together, too. No. I actually was at FinFest at Jack's Beach.
Fun.
Ran into Khalil there.
Saw you there.
It was a good time.
My whole family was there.
Everyone. I almost felt like a part of the family.
You were a part of the family.
Yeah.
For the day.
You know, actually, when you saw me, you didn't react great. You were like, what are you doing here?
Well, it was like all of my family and Mario.
I got invited.
Can I be on the tab?
I'm friends with your sister. She asked me to go.
No, it was fun.
Okay.
It was a good time.
It was good. We were at Surfer, having a time.
What'd you order?
Something exotic, a Dos Equis,
Oh.
which would have paired nicely with a chicken taco from any establishment.
But just chicken tortilla.
Just chicken
On
and
the Mario
tortilla.
menu.
It's easier on the stomach that way.
Right.
But no, it was good. They had a lot of good live music, a lot of good local bands.
Do you have a band that you liked best?
So I'm gonna sound like a horrible Jacksonvilleite, Jacksonvillian, Jacksonvillonian. What
All
is
valid.
Yeah. I don't know any of the names. There was one that I used to love, and they used to play at Lynch's a lot, and then they became like local famous that people used to get them for weddings and stuff. Do you remember Be Easy?
Oh, I remember Be Easy.
Dude, they were the best.
They're very good.
Are they still around?
They're still around, yeah.
Dude,
I
these
threw a
guys
party
were
last
like
summer that they played at.
Who were they? They were like the In Sync of. Well, they're not a boy band. They were like the Aerosmith. I don't know what they're like, but they were great.
They put on a good show.
They did. So they're still doing their thing.
They're still doing it. I know a couple weddings they're playing at coming up.
You know what? Maybe they'll play my wedding one day.
God willing, Mario.
Yeah.
God willing, Mario.
Let's hope so.
So I didn't have a favorite. I liked everyone. What about you?
I liked. I think it was Sema Funk. It was one of the last acts at FinFest. It was a good one.
Sema
What type
Funk.
of music was that?
It's like a Cuban, Afro-Caribbean. It had a great beat to it.
That's
Exotic.
usually the only type of music that I listen to. Cuban, Afro. Yeah.
Brings you to the islands like you're on vacation.
Exactly. Ooh,
Right.
Note to self: I needed a vacation.
Yeah.
Actually, I work too hard.
Do you?
Yeah, way too hard. I'm not a big music festival guy. I'll tell you that. Whenever someone tells me that they go to like those EDM shows or even country, I hate country music. That's not really music.
Really?
Oh, it's disgusting. I can't see myself ever going to something like that. But then when Jacksonville does something, it's like the best time. Yeah.
Yeah, we got a good one this weekend too. St. Augustine's got another music festival coming up.
Oh.
Yeah. Sing Out Loud. It's gonna be one of those parks just inland from the fort. I think
cool.
like Mumford & Sons is headlining Saturday.
Wait.
Wow, really? What?
What?
Yeah, Black Keys Friday night.
Oh, wow.
So this is like a
legit
real music
stuff.
Oh, yeah,
Thing.
it's gonna be fun.
Can you get tickets? Can we
Yeah,
go?
go online and Google it.
Can we go now? Can we just
You know
go?
Google? Have you ever heard of Google?
We should buy tickets right now. We'll
That's
pause the
Mario, though.
podcast.
Wow, this sounds really fun though. What is
Well,
Mario?
I was going to say, instead of just Googling it himself, he'll be like, so how does this work? We'll be driving. He'll text and be like, how do I find my way home? It's
That's
like,
not
just
what I
Google it.
ask. I'd call my mom. Do you not do that with your friends? If you have a question and you know your friend is the answer, wouldn't you just ask, hey, man, do you know XYZ?
At Google.
Right.
Are you the a-hole that tells your friends to go Google something?
Well, when it's obvious and everybody else says Google it, like Google it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways, that sounds amazing. So you have to buy tickets for this one, though.
You do have to buy tickets for this one. FinFest was free. FinFest is great, too, because they do, like, ocean education in addition to the music acts.
What?
Yeah, during the day, there's, like, ocean conservatory speakers.
What do they teach
Oh,
people?
wow, that's cool.
You know, don't put plastic in the ocean.
But what if there's no
Paper
trash
straws.
Paper straws.
can? I hate paper straws. Let's not get honest.
Good stuff.
Yeah. So, like, swimming stuff, too? Because I got caught in a rip current once, and it was terrifying.
That's because you're from Buffalo and you don't
Yeah, I
understand
wasn't. I didn't,
Right,
I didn't,
landlocked
I didn't live
works.
here yet. Yeah, I didn't live here yet. So this is just music. Buy tickets. Does it sell out or?
I don't know.
Okay.
But they're
You
still for sale right now.
Have you been before, Khalil? Have you ever?
I haven't been in this one before.
Mm.
No.
You haven't either.
I'm
gonna go.
asking him like he works there. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
See, Google it.
I'm just
This is the
going.
point. This is the point.
All right.
This is awesome. Okay, I'm excited for that. Do they take credit cards?
They do.
You know why I ask?
I do know why you ask.
Because I'm the transition man, and that is getting us to our next topic, the Legal Corner, presented by Farah and Farah, the Credit Card Competition Act of 2023. Khalil, I know you were talking to us about this one. I'm going to turn it over to you to tell the good people what exactly is going on with our credit cards.
Yeah, it's a new law. It's a proposed law, I should say. It hasn't passed yet. It's been proposed by some Democrats and some Republicans. Kind of a weird, it doesn't really follow along party lines. But essentially what it wants to do is make it so there's a more competition for how much that transaction fee is when you use your credit card at a store. So when you use your credit card at a restaurant or a grocery store or whatever,
Right.
they take about 3%, and that gets charged to Visa.
Is that the convenience fee?
Yeah, well, when you use it online, you get
Right,
those
right.
convenient fees and everything. And
I don't know too much. I'm not a big credit card guy, but we can talk about that.
That's
a little
right.
bit.
You don't use
you
credit
don't use
cards.
them. Well, for the people that do, because they're living in the 21st century.
Right.
I have a checking account.
So you swipe debit cards.
Yeah.
You go to a restaurant and hand a waitress or waiter your debit card.
No, I use cash to buy a gift card, and then I use the gift card
Right.
to pay for dinner. Sorry, go ahead.
You were saying?
Yeah, the 3% fee that the people that use credit cards have to incur. Mario obviously just uses checks.
There's no
that he
convenience fee
writes.
for
I do have checks.
That part is essentially the argument is that everything now is inflated by 3%. Everything is 3% more expensive than it needs to be because we're tacking on this credit card fee to everything.
Right.
And so
Oh wow.
Oh, so that's kind of like every time Mario swipes his debit card, he's costing himself more because he's not getting the points that might come with a credit card.
right, yeah, he's subsidizing the people that are using credit
Right.
cards.
So you're paying for more for your stuff.
And people that pay for cash are subsidizing the people that use credit
Right.
I
cards.
like to exude like I look like I'm wealthy, so I want to overpay for
So
everything.
you hand them your flowery debit card.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But the point is to make it that you can compete for the transaction fee. Because right now, if you accept a credit card, you have to take whatever the credit card company uses. So, the way it does it is, you have a credit card, and the credit card's issued by your bank, right? It'll say like Chase or Bank of America credit card or whoever it is. And the argument is that if they have to go through Visa, Visa can charge whatever they want.
Right.
But if you make it so that it has to be accepted by multiple different companies, not just Visa, but also a different company as well, then there's going to be price competition.
Huh.
Hopefully bring down prices.
So I read that this was, and this could be incorrect. I read this was proposed last year and didn't pass. So what is the likelihood of it's going to pass this year?
I don't know. I think the argument is that if you can use this as a way to keep prices down a little bit with inflation being such a hot topic, there's some discussion that it may work to reduce inflation. Now, the credit card companies are saying, that 3% we essentially give back to people with credit
Right.
cards and cash back, or points and cash
Right.
back. So if you take this away,
I
we're
don't
gonna
get
have to rid of
anything
that.
back. Where's my get backs? I'm saving so much money for a lot of people.
Yeah, you are. You're paying.
You're giving 3% to.
Charity,
Me and Nick.
essentially.
Yeah, every time. Every time you swipe, it's our money. Thank you.
So let's say that this passes. Are merchants really going to decrease the?
Yeah, that's a good point. What if they just decide not to?
Yeah, then they might. Nobody really knows.
Are they on board? Do they have to be a party to this?
They are the ones supporting it.
Oh.
So the bill is
Really?
being passed essentially with the support of like the National Grocery Association, National Restaurant Association.
Oh, wow.
And then on the flip side, you have obviously banks and credit cards that are against it.
Okay, so I think there's a catch-22 here that I'm surprised. I haven't seen anything about this. Retailers, merchants of tangible goods. I don't even know why I said that. Obviously, they're going to be selling something tangible. They are having a tough time competing with Amazon for online sales and whatnot, right? So this is almost an advantage for online shopping, I feel like. No?
Yeah, I think it applies to all vendors, regardless of whether they're...
Well, vendor cards are still run by banks like Chase or
Right.
Citi or...
But I guess I'm trying to say is a merchant who's competing with Amazon, are they really going to lower the costs for their products that they're selling when they're trying to compete with Amazon? If they sell a T-shirt for $5, that's a really low T-shirt. If they sell a T-shirt for $10, they're really going to be like, hey, okay, we're only going to charge you $5 because this Credit Card Competition Act passed, so we're going to.
Well, the idea is that it scales from the top to like everybody scales.
Okay, so even an online merchant would.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, and you see it. You used to see it a lot more. I've seen it probably most recently driving through Georgia. Some like gas stations will advertise at one price for gas for a credit card,
and then cash.
Another price for cash.
They used to do that a lot. Like that used to be a real thing. Like,
yeah, and it was because they didn't have to pay the 3% to,
but who drives
Visa.
around with cash? I saw Nick pull cash out of his pocket today.
It's crazy.
It was nuts.
Yeah.
And I pulled out my check. I didn't have a pen, and so he had to pay for me.
Yeah. The burger place didn't take checks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah, no, weird.
Jerks.
Mario, at 30 years old, why don't you have a credit card?
Okay, cool. First of all, stay in your lane, all right? I have a credit card, so this is so embarrassing. My parents opened one up for me when I studied abroad 10 years ago in Italy for emergency uses only, okay? I still have that same credit card.
That's your credit card.
My mom is still on the account, and I'm the primary on it, but like
she should get off of that.
I always tell her, and they tell me I have to go into the branch. Like
take time to go into the store?
Yeah, physically go into the branch. I think I'd rather just have my mom be aware of all my purchases.
Or
right?
responsible for all your purchases.
Exactly.
That's the winning formula there.
So my thing is, it makes me feel better when I look at my credit card debt and it's zero. So why?
Well, because you're missing out on points and actually building your credit score.
Do you guys travel? Do you use travel points?
I do, yeah.
I've never even looked into what my travel points are now. I always go and buy new tickets, airline tickets, every time I travel, and I have points. Because I've had a credit.
Who writes you a travel voucher for your check?
What do you mean?
You're not using a credit card.
Right. Well, I have used it in the past. Obviously, I have 10 years of using the credit card.
Miles credit card.
Yeah, so I have points.
Okay.
I bet my points are expiring.
Do they? I don't know.
I'm sure there's some expiration.
I could probably travel around the world and back for free if I looked into it. Yeah. Anyways, okay, so the likelihood, like, what's the process of getting this passed? Like, how would that work?
Well, it's still early. It's been proposed, like you said, last year, and I know this year it's back on the table. Like I said, I think inflation is a big topic of conversation, so it's probably got a better chance this time than it did last.
I wonder if this has a trickle-down effect in terms of inflation. If this passes, then we see a decrease in the price for, I don't know, everything else.
Yeah.
Gas, electric, bananas, stuff like that. Inelastic goods. So, we shall see. All right, so pretty huge question here for you, but I think you can handle it. Legally, is this something that we see in American law commonly? Is this always brought up ever so often?
Yeah, I think in general we've tried to pass laws as a country that prevent monopolies. You've heard of the government doing things like keeping companies from merging or breaking up companies that got too large.
Right.
And I think this is another situation where they say, like, I think 80% of all credit card transactions are processed through Visa. And so essentially
Visa alone is
Visa and MasterCard, which is number 1 and 2.
Is there a third?
American
Amex,
Express.
Okay.
Discover.
Very elite. Do they still have Diners Club?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't have one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I use. Diners Club.
Right. You're still using Diners Club member
Exactly.
points. Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, so are there anyone in opposition to this proposed bill?
Yeah, like who's going to go out there and say yes, monopoly?
Well, the argument is that it's not really a monopoly. It's there's two companies because it's Visa and MasterCard. Right. So it's not like it's just one company kind of controlling everything.
Capitalism at its best, then.
Yeah, love capitalism.
The problem is the Visa doesn't actually issue a credit card. Visa only handles the transaction.
Oh, you're right.
The bank actually issues the credit card. And so when you're stuck with your bank, which people are, essentially the bank tells you who your transaction is going to be processed through. So you don't have a say in shopping that around to look for a lower price. You know, if
You're
I'm going
just stuck with.
right.
Well,
Can't you shop around and get your own bank? Just like choose the bank that has the better.
Yeah, you
convenience
could,
fee?
but that you're not going to get the benefits of the savings that the vendor is, and so there's no incentive for people to
Look
go
at-
out and shop for a cheaper.
Italians, we don't have banks. We sow our money into the
Uncle
mattress.
Tony's still got his
Okay?
trash bag of cash. That he
Exactly.
walks around with.
I want to get your guys' opinion on. Here's what some people in opposition are saying. Okay, Richard Hunt runs the Election Payments Coalition, which represents the interests of payment card networks and big banks. He says this is a bad bill. All right, this is his quote: "Americans will have less access to credit. Reward points would be eliminated, and safety and soundness of the American payment system would be jeopardized." He says that while credit card companies pass on their swipe fee profits through reward points, businesses would not. Ultimately, this would hurt buyers. Going back to what I kind of alluded to early on. So this is risky.
Yeah, and we do have some idea how it's going to play out because in Europe they do have limited transaction fees. I think I saw
really?
in the UK it's like a 1% max, and essentially there are not any, but there are very few reward points for using your credit card there.
What incentivizes someone to use a credit card then if there are no reward points, though?
Convenience.
Well, and like, what if you don't have the cash? I mean, that's the whole point, right? I mean, the revolving credit door is helping people go month to month without.
Right,
paychecks.
especially for big purchases. You know,
Yeah.
you need new tires and you don't have the cash to pay for all
Right.
of it up
Also,
front.
sometimes you can get like a big screen TV and finance it for 24 months. I mean, how great is that?
Oh, that sounds dangerous. That would just pull out the debit card and just pay it off right there.
Are there convenience fees on that? I wonder.
There are not. Similar caps exist on debit cards, which is why you don't really get reward points on debit cards the same way you do for credit.
So it doesn't charge a company 3% to use it, even though it's a Visa debit card. It's not swiped and charged.
There's a lower transaction fee.
Why don't they just make it the same?
Who knows? We should be running the banks, is what it sounds like.
Well, what's stopping the banks from just opening their own?
A lot of banks do. I mean,
Sounds like you're trying to start a
Yeah.
bank here, Nick.
Can't we?
like
I've
American
got a nickel.
American Express, for example, is. I mean, they're not a bank. American Express issues the card and handles the
Oh,
transaction.
yeah, you're right.
But they're like elite. I want the black card. I think you have to earn like,
150K or something like that.
Is that it?
I think
Oh,
it's
for
something
the
like that.
card?
Like you have to like spend that much a month or something.
Show us
nuts
it.
like
Show us
a
your
month?
black
I don't
hair.
I don't know. It's something. It's something crazy. Like, imagine those convenience fees.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take like a black piece of paper and laminate it, but just write it in there, and then
Amex.
try to pull that.
Put your debit card chip on.
And also, I'm just kidding. I'll pull up my checkbook and like actually write a check.
Right.
All right. Well, I read that the Senate could vote on the bill as soon as this coming up week, this next week. So this would be interesting. This affects everyone. Everyone will be affected by this. We have to wait and see if merchants are going to follow suit. Otherwise, we're going to have kind of a crap show on our hands.
Do we know what is the reason why they need this 3%? Like, what is it? Are they protecting
To feed their
consumers?
families, man, to go on vacation.
Yeah, I mean, like
Visa needs that.
Yes.
Visa's a huge company. I mean, it's one of the biggest companies in the world. You go internationally, they
yeah,
all
more
use
like
Visa.
the world.
Everywhere.
Yeah, and so that's where they make their money.
Is it an
off that
American
3%.
company? Did it start in
It
America?
is. Yeah, it's from California.
It makes me feel good when America companies are like overseas
Or
too.
trumping every other thing
I
out
didn't
there.
say Trump.
Oh,
Very good companies. Okay. All right. So I guess we wait and see. We wait and see what happens. It sounds like a beneficial law that would be beneficial to everyone.
yeah.
So
That's the idea.
Yeah, we'll see if it passes.
and if it doesn't pass, people like me will be, we're smart.
But I wonder because like what I'm looking at here is credit cards are kind of the amount of credit cards are going down by person.
Right.
So, I mean, it's kind of balancing itself. Less credit card usage equals less convenience fee equals less like lower prices.
Yeah, but I feel like there's no more places that only take cash. Like
My
I remember
barber
growing
shop.
up, like
My barbershop only takes cash.
Really? Okay.
That's nice.
Yeah, and it's the kind of place where, I can say, hey, I owe you if I forget, but they put it right near an ATM. So you can't ever just owe them.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that's smart.
Yeah, I have to go to the ATM to get a haircut.
Because it says here baby boomers have on average 3.5 credit cards. So three cards.
What's a half credit card?
A debit card.
I-
No, and then Gen Z says 1.7 credit cards
God.
for Gen Z.
Yeah.
So it's
I
already it's
hate
on the
to-
decline.
That's not
Yeah, but I
that
feel
much.
like the percentage of purchases that are
It's
being
higher.
put on.
But what is
credit
Gen
cards
Z?
is
What are
higher.
they buying? Like
Vapes.
no caps,
right. Right.
flippity floppies. I don't.
Flippity floppies. Yeah.
It's like the cool kids call flip flops.
Flip flops.
Yeah. All right. Well, I went to lunch today and I used a credit card. So
Did you really?
yeah, you should be proud of me.
What'd you have for lunch today?
Well, I'm just teeing it up for our next section because
Segway.
I'm the Segway king. All right. It is time to get to Power Rank
Ooh,
Jacks.
this is a good one.
All right.
This is a good one.
I am so excited. So Monday was one of these national stupid days, right? Every day is like National Kiss Your Mom in the Cheek Day, National Slap Your Friend in the Face Day. Remind me, I got to celebrate that with you later.
Yeah.
Monday was National Cheeseburger or Burger Day. Okay. So I thought, you know what? This is one of, if not my favorite food. Let's rank the best burgers in Jacksonville. All right. So just like we did last week, we're going to do our fantasy draft, our snake draft in honor of football season. So we're going to rank them. We each get 2 picks. You got your big board, as Khalil called it last week.
Khalil's big boy.
And I think there's even more to discuss here than there was on the taco episode, believe it or not. Hot take.
You think there's
might
more
be a-
burger places than taco places?
I think I have more to say.
Oh,
And
okay.
I'm willing to fight if you
Well,
guys...
you were chicken tortilla. You're not going to be meat bun, right? It's going to
I
be
love a good meat bun, but no, I love a lot
Or
of...
bunless.
No, I'm bunless. Get Cole. Get producer
You
Cole.
look pretty healthy.
Thanks, man.
Yeah,
I've
this
been
guy
working
works out.
So let's dive in. Let's do this. Power rank best burgers in Jack's. Cole, if you would be so kind and to tell us who has the first pick in the 2023 best burgers in Jacksonville.
Oh, we're going right to Khalil's big board.
Okay.
All right. Pretty excited with the first pick of the Jacksonville Burger
This
Draft.
is an advantage.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of good
How many
options.
mock burger drafts were you doing?
I
before
did.
This?
I've been
Yeah.
up all night doing mock burger drafts.
I had to go get a burger in preparation for today just because researching made me just ravenous for a burger.
Yeah. Right.
All right. Let's see, Khalil. Let's see what you got here.
The first, I did the Hard Pressed Burgers food truck outside of Ink Brewery in Jacks Beach.
Ooh, I've never been.
It's very
Man,
hard.
you know all
pressed?
these
Is that
awesome
Yeah.
niche. Is it niche?
Niche?
Robert Nietzsche?
Niche?
You know all these places.
Listen, for food, there's not a restaurant I won't try.
I love that. What is this called?
Hard Pressed Burgers.
Hard press burgers.
Do you want me to?
Oh,
Do you
wow.
want me to show you? Do you want me to play how to say niche?
Yeah, if you can.
All right, ready?
Niche.
What did you say?
What did you say? Shut up, Nick. All right, let's get back to the burgers. Hard pressed burgers. Oh, this thing is a beautiful burger.
Oh, it's a good looking burger.
This is a smash, like
It's a smash
pressed down?
burger, yeah.
Nice.
So I have a criticism of smash burgers. I don't think you're getting enough meat. It's like a little kid's patty,
You're getting
right?
the same
Well,
meat.
it's
just
it's
pressed
kid
down.
size for you.
That's really hurtful. That's really hurtful. I save money with my debit card because I can order
But
the
no
kid
points to
size.
get more
But
kids.
no
Yeah, that's
points.
true. That's
Yeah.
true. All right, tell us about it. How did you find it? What was the experience like? Walk me
Well,
through
part
it.
of it is that it's right outside of a brewery, and right after you have a beer or two, what do you
need a
want?
burger.
You want a
So
burger.
you know their
And
options.
so it's right out there. I tried it and I was like, wow, this is a great burger.
And this is on the beach or near the beach?
It's where it's Ink Brewery. It used to be Void Magazine. They got.
Oh, is that what was there? I
yeah.
was wondering. It's a really cool spot.
It's
It's
a
a
good
really
spot,
cool
yeah.
spot. Yeah.
It's like an old warehouse they converted into a cool.
Nick doesn't live close to the beach like us.
Yeah, I don't. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, you live where?
All right, we're gonna address this real quick. I live at Atlantic and Hodges.
Would you
I
call
said-
that close to the beach? You used to go
I think
over a
that's
bridge.
West or East Arlington, right?
It's
That's
not
like-
East Arlington.
That's what they call it.
Basically,
They don't call it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
East
No,
Arlington,
it's right
yeah.
near the beachside Lowe's.
It's on Atlantic. You have to go over a bridge to get to the beach.
I have to pay flood insurance.
That just
Well,
means you're in a flood zone.
That's Florida.
Listen, let the beach guys tell you about it.
All right, tell me.
All
about
right,
it.
tell us about the burger. Tell us.
That's a
like,
good burger. There's nothing complicated about a good burger. I think
Okay,
the
that's fair.
simpler burgers to me. I'm not a big. I don't want anything weird on my burger. I want just a couple veggies,
You're-
pickles, mustard.
Do they have like a sauce, like a really good sauce that goes on it?
I don't even get the sauce usually.
really?
I don't. The thing with sauces to me is, I'm not a big fan on the burgers.
No, like burger sauce, nothing like that.
No, I just don't like mayo. I think, and they're usually mayo based.
Mayo based.
You don't like the Whopper then?
No.
Oh my gosh.
You can
you're
get
not-
it without
you're not
mayo.
American.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched Parks and Rec?
I haven't.
There's an episode where one character, Ron Swanson, makes a burger, and he is going against this really healthy guy who makes a turkey burger, Chris Traeger. And Chris Traeger makes this fancy burger with all these condiments and everything. And
Spends like $60
Yeah.
to make the burger.
And Ron's is just a regular beef patty.
He
on
went
a
to like his
bun.
local convenience store and got meat that was
Yeah.
like bleeding through the bag.
And everyone's like, yep, this is better. You can't compare it.
Right,
So
they
that's
all
what
chose-
your
yeah.
analysis makes me think of. Just traditional, greasy. This looks great. I'm going to have to get this when I'm at the beach because I'm so close.
Right.
When I'm going to
On
do
Atlantic and
I'm going to do my 14-mile run to the place, eat this for protein, and run back.
Look, if I still don't get it. Like, you're not even the same zip code as the beach.
Just, Nick, why don't you... Wait, who's got the next pick?
Yeah, what's next?
There are seagulls in my back. There's a palm tree.
Those are
We're going to go
pigeons.
across the pond to Mario's house.
right.
And
All
let
right,
him
sweet.
pick from, was it East Arlington?
It's not East Arlington. It's at the beach. Okay. All right, so this is my first pick. This was tough. This was a really... I'm going to get emotional just thinking about it. This was tough for me because I love this place, but it's not the best handheld pick up the burger, enjoy it. You got to really... Sometimes you got to fork and knife it.
Can I guess?
You're not going to guess because you're going to guess it right. But the experience with the atmosphere and the ambience...
Ambiance. Do I need to pull this up again?
No, I know it's ambience.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Poe's Tavern
I knew you were going to say that.
at the
Yeah.
beach, Atlantic Beach. Or is that Neptune Beach?
You're the beach guy.
I love Poe's. I like their plain raven.
Yeah, what's on there?
It's meat.
Mhm.
Then they do lettuce, tomato, pickle, but they have onion straws. You guys know Poe's, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But I get the barbecue sauce on the side. I also like the amontillado, which they have not salsa.
Pepperoni.
Not pepperoni.
Sounds Italian.
It's not Italian.
Speak de gallo.
It's pico de gallo, which is not pico de gallo.
That's not
Guacamole. I went last week, and it was just I can't even describe to you. It was a
Mind-blowing.
feeling. It was a feeling.
I can see it.
It
in
was
his
a
face.
vibe.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And
You're
you
really
gotta
into that
talk
burger.
the fries. They have these string fries. Like,
You like
shoes-
those?
I don't like those thin ones.
I usually don't, but these ones are mushed together. You can use a fork and not feel weird. I love Poe's. It's my favorite spot.
You ate French fries with a fork?
You know what I'm thinking? Not usually. That might be the next date spot. I might bring every girl there.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, and I will
Yeah.
pay with a check. And if they,
She'd be like, "What about the points?"
yeah, I'll be like, you know what? There's no tip because it's all. So I'm gonna go with Poe's. I feel confident with that pick. I love Poe's. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a good pick.
yeah.
So this is kind of tough because I don't live by the beach.
Right, you're far away.
Yeah. So I'm actually in St. John's in the
my
Nocatee area,
God, why is he on this pod?
which is closer to the beach than you are.
no
That's actually
Meckler's or
probably
whatever
true.
it's called.
Isn't it Michler's?
Yeah, it's Michler's.
I'm 9 minutes away from the beach, by the way, but okay. Go ahead.
You have to go over a bridge. So the burger I'm choosing, I really, really enjoy it. It's M Shack.
Oh,
That's right.
man, that was my second
They have one in
pick.
Nocatee. I like the breakfast burger with the like over medium egg.
Oh, you fatty.
Bacon,
That's such a good.
And then you order in
choice.
some Taco Bell. Oh, it's so good.
Just
No,
to
but-
make sure it comes out of you fast.
Right. But I like it. See, I like the burger sauce.
Oh,
I think
you-
it gives
Oh,
it
me
the.
too.
That's their thing. Yeah.
It is right.
Yeah.
And then
The M burger. Have you had the M burger?
that's
It's
just
like
that's just a normal burger with ketchup and mustard.
you remember in Pink Panther with Steve Martin. Couple of foots. Burger. Whenever my brother goes and orders, he goes, "I'll have burger."
Is that what he does?
They think he's pronouncing hamburger.
And they're like, "What do you
incorrectly.
want?"
He goes,
What do you-
burger.
Right.
Yeah, they never serve us when he goes.
Here comes this weird German guy again.
I think he's French, but anyways.
Is it French?
Yeah,
Oh.
he's French.
So yeah, that's my burger. That's my first pick.
Good solid pick, man. I'm a little pissed off at you because that was gonna be.
That's another, or used to be Beachside. Not there anymore.
They have a good one at the
Yeah,
town center.
the one in the Atlantic Beach closed.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, that's because beachgoers like me started going to Poe's instead.
Right.
Yeah.
So second pick for Khalil.
No, you.
No,
it's a
it's Snake.
snake.
Oh, that's right. I get back to back. I'm gonna go, and I've got to check my list real quick.
The big board.
I've got my little board. There's a part of me that wants to just say something like Five Guys because those types of burgers are
You,
just
you
good.
can't because it's
Right,
not.
because that's not local Jack's.
Real quick, I think Five Guys is the best burger I've ever had, though. Is that a hot take?
Five Guys is a very good burger.
Yeah, like I'll spend $14 at Five Guys. It's greasy, it's beautiful. I always kiss it before I eat it. Do a little kiss. Is that weird?
You kiss the hamburger before
It
you eat
is
it.
weird.
Yeah. Maybe if you were married, you can't get away with that. But when you're a single guy, you can kiss it all day long. Dude. You can make out with that thing.
Well,
It
anyway,
is awesome.
so what I'm going to go with is actually kind of close to the beach. It's called Epic Burger.
Oh, it's epic. I live next to it.
Oh,
I live, and
wow,
he said
you
it was
do.
close to the beach. Let the record show.
Let the record show
that
I
you
was
said it
being
was-
sarcastic
No,
because it's on
no.
Atlantic Boulevard.
No, you said it, you smug
Next
SOB.
to the beachside Lowe's and Home Depot over there.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right by where Mario's lives.
It's
Right.
great. It's a great burger.
It is good though. They have like I think they have one that you can get foie gras on top.
Foie gras.
That's French, not German. It's like
Frogs?
no, it's liver pate
From a duck.
from a duck. It's like
Okay.
fatty. It's really it's really.
I'm not a
succulent.
fancy burger guy like this.
Yeah,
It's good.
You're pretentious. You play with your black card?
It gives it like a rich more like fatty taste, like bacon. It's almost like bacon, but
Yeah.
it's duck liver.
Not a bacon
That's kind of
fan.
weird, but
Choked on it when I was a kid. PTSD.
oh.
I really can't eat many things.
Right, softy.
All right, that's a good pick.
Yeah.
That was a good pick. I like that one. Very epic of you. They have a good bison burger too.
Do they?
Yeah. All right, so then I get the next pick. Okay. This was going to be a honorable mention for me, but I had it today, and I'll tell you, it was life-changing, okay? It is Bread and Burger, which is the bread and board burger place
In the breezeway.
in the
The
Vistar
Breezeway.
Breezeway.
Yeah, it's a good spot.
The presentation was outstanding. Nick taught me a new term. What is it called? Cross
section.
Did you hear what? You know what this is? Cross section.
No.
So it's where you take the burger, sandwich, burrito, whatever, you cut it in half, and then you reveal it.
Yeah.
And that's where you see all the layers of the. Like, I used to be a fat kid. Oh my god, it's so important. You got to cross section.
Not only was it beautiful, but I did the kiss, gave the kiss.
Right.
It tasted like a better version of the Whopper because it had the mayonnaise. Then they had this little layer of jalapenos on the bottom, like a jalapeno relish. The fries were just beautiful.
The fries were actually really
They
good.
were
Yeah,
like
it's a good.
chips, but fried.
good
You've had it
restaurant.
before?
Oh yeah, it's a good place.
Oh,
Good
Yeah, they were
place.
like shaved potatoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we
Yeah.
waited 48 minutes. It was a long
That's
way.
the downfall.
But they made
yeah.
it with love, and I actually saw the woman who was making them. She kissed it
Wow.
before she
so
gave
you
it
kissed
to
the
me.
woman.
Yeah. No. But
That's how you paid.
it was delightful. It was really good. And then because I was here, it's a Wednesday. It's not a Friday, so I had to go back to work. I went to sleep as soon as I got back
Yeah, there's no
for
way you
4 or
stay
5
up
hours.
after that.
Yeah,
You
no,
napped.
they understand. And yeah, I've really enjoyed it. I can't wait to go back.
Yeah.
I might go tomorrow.
Another one.
Double up.
So, Khalil, what is your last pick?
I can't believe I still have this place on the board at the last pick. I've got Carolina Jacks.
See, I can't pick it because I've never been.
Me neither. Like,
But it
good.
looks so good.
It's
It is
really
very
high
good.
on this list here.
It's really good.
Whoa.
You guys haven't been there?
No.
I don't even heard of this place.
It's kind of sloppy. It's not like a good sloppy, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, this looks beautiful.
It's just burgers. It's just a burger place.
Where is
But this
this?
is
Down
Smash
Riverside.
Burger again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a type.
You
Look at the
all your
cross
meats.
section.
You only eat meat smashed. Mom
favorite
brings
one.
chicken out. He's like pounding it.
You bring a
Only
mallet
eat it with-
around.
Yeah, taking a mallet to it.
Do you?
What's your go-to there?
Yeah,
I like the bacon cheddar burger, which again
you
is
lost me at bacon and cheddar.
yeah.
Everything,
good.
Yeah. Can't have cheese. Can't have bacon.
everything looks slathered in cheese here. Like it would just clog your arteries.
Well, if you really want to take a nap
This is
tomorrow, go there, get a burger, and then try and come back
it. I
to
work
work
too
and
much. I
settle
deserve a
some
good
cases.
nap. Right.
Yeah. I had to do a mediation after the burger today. It's
Look
fun.
at my dad is a big burger guy. He told me the story of the first Whopper he had, like in the 70s, and it was like this beautiful story that he has. So every time I go and have a burger at somewhere new, I think about my dad's experience, and I want to have that same experience. I'm still on the search. I haven't had that out
His
of
was
body.
Burger King.
Just when Burger King first came, it was like a brand new thing, right? Now it's
Burger King was invented in Florida.
in Jacksonville, right? Didn't it start in
First
Jacksonville?
one was in Jacksonville, but then it moved to Miami, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
There was a place on Normandy called Burger's Queen. Actually, it closed. It almost seems like a season.
The trademark lawyer's got a hold of it.
talk about that one next
Burger's Queen. I do want to give a little shout out, honorable mention to Bellwether, downtown Jack's.
Yeah, that's good.
They have a
That's good.
surprisingly amazing burger.
It's a little small, but it's the quality though.
Right.
That gets
It's good.
you.
I think I'm a quantity over quality guy.
Are you?
Yeah.
Why don't you tell the story about your when you order off that menu at Bellwether when you ordered the
Oh,
club?
this is embarrassing.
Yeah.
Real quick.
It's
Okay,
funny,
they
though.
have an awesome club sandwich, which is now a special. And they had the price next to it, $15. So club, $15. So I was ordering. We were out with.
Well, I ordered. I got the burger. I said I'll take the burger.
And I said I'll have the Club 15 sandwich.
The Club 15.
And they said the what? I said the Club 15. They go, it's the club. That's
Right,
the price.
That's the price.
Yeah.
Yeah. Embarrassing.
So it was really embarrassing. Anyways, God, I'm so hungry now. Awesome. Well, thank you guys for joining us today. We hope you learned a little bit about how accurate Suits is as a show for attorneys, but more importantly, the Credit Card Credit Card Competition Act and what that could do and what that could mean for you as a consumer. And that, maybe we talked about one of your favorite burgers here in town. And if you haven't tried any of them, I recommend going to try all of them in one day and then maybe taking falling into a coma for a week and then waking up and running on the beach if you live close to it like I do. Thanks for being a part of it, and we hope to see you next time. We're out. Thank you for listening to Podcastville, you guys. We hope you learned a lot. We're thoroughly entertained along the way, and that you will be coming back for more. Remember, you can find us pretty much anywhere you find podcasts. You can subscribe to us on Spotify, Apple Music. Heck, we're even on YouTube. Go to Instagram, MySpace. I don't care. You can find us. We're there. And remember, if you or someone you know have been injured, reach out to Farah and Farah.